Hey everyone, welcome back to another Crypto Unplugged YouTube video. It's Doc here, and Bitcoin has crashed from 102,000 to just above 94,500 in the last 24 hours. And in this video, Oz is going to be discussing this correction and what it plays out for the next couple of weeks and long term as well. And if this is your first time watching our channel, both Oz and I have been talking about crypto, altcoins, technical analysis, and everything else for quite a while now. But before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys, please subscribe, hit that like button, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any particular content. So Oz, what's been happening with this correction? Because there's quite a lot of panic now. The market's got liquidated, and also we've seen the price of Bitcoin coming from six figures down to 94,500, and it's currently hovering about 95,000 now. So I think it's a good idea just to discuss what's been happening in the markets. Now, I'd ask all viewers also to make sure you do watch the video right till the end, because this is Crypto Unplugged, and you got your complete crypto technical analysis alpha. So Oz, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, so just before, obviously, we've had Bitcoin went down to about 90,000. That was in December, right? Towards the end of December, had a little pump up all the way to 102,000. And the markets are panicking with this slight drop down again to about 95,000. But what it is that what people, I think there's a lot of impatience out there in the market. They just want their coins to, obviously a lot of people are in altcoins, so they want their coins to start flying up and so forth. And you have to remember, just remain patient. And when the markets are ready to pump, and I think in the next few months they will. But I get a lot of questions on Twitter. Oh, when is this happening? Or when is this happening? Or this is going down? Or, the thing is, the way I see it is, if you can't remain patient, and if you haven't been in the cycle, if you haven't been in the last the cycle, previous to this, or even the one previous to that, these are all normal things happening in terms of timing, in terms of Bitcoin, and you really have to remain patient. Or if this gets to you too much, and you panic too much, and you're up and down with your emotions, then it's probably better that you're not in crypto. Because this is going to happen another time and another time. Coins will go in the last bull market before. If I take you back to even the last cycle in 2020 and 2021. You had Bitcoin broke its all-time high, and you can just see here yourself that how many corrections. After that COVID correction that we had. So if I go back to 2020 and 2021, if you can see here, right before the big COVID correction that we had, there were so many dips. And I remember, even this one. So if we look here, so this correction that we had at 12,000, that's a 20% dip. This one that we had near the all-time highs, that's another nearly 18 to 20%. This is an 18 to 20% Bitcoin dip. The other one in December, January, we had, that was a 32% dip. And another one we had going into February, another, 25%. Then another one we had, which was another 20%. Look how many, and this is all a bull market, by the way. So, you have all of these corrections, and obviously one of the main ones that we had, you can say, was a 54% dip. Yeah. And then obviously we had another one here, which was what was that? Let's just see what dip that was. We had another 25%, and then even a little one here, which was 14%. And then obviously you had the bear market. So there are so many dips in bull markets. 20%. It's just 30%, 20%. These are normal dips that happen in bull markets. And we're actually, when I look on Twitter right now, or X right now, I see we had this move down, and what is this move down at the moment? It's 7%. It's a 7% dip, and people are losing their heads and losing their minds and saying, oh, coins are going, and our altcoins are dying, and so forth. You have to. This is a standard correction, and even if it goes down all the way down to 86,000, it's still nothing to worry about. But obviously, people who maybe coming in new to this market, they haven't really looked, they haven't really gone through all of these dips. I've gone through each and every one of these dips, all of these dips. And what you have to realize is that it's not the end of the world if something dips, 10%, 5%, 20%. It's just how the market is. You shouldn't be buying in all these big pumps anyway. Regardless, you should be buying. Now there's a dip happening from you could say the top, from 108,000 went to 92,000. You could be accumulating in these zones. Don't worry about getting the exact low or the exact high. That sort of stuff is going to be very difficult for you. And you should stay out of leverage as well. A lot of people are into leverage trading, thinking leverage trading is going to make them rich and all that sort of stuff. Leverage trading is not really going to make you rich. It's just going to wreck you, because you don't know the levels. Markets are very hard in terms of your stop losses and levels and where to place them. There's a lot of fake stuff on Twitter anyway. People saying we made X amount of money leverage trading and we've done this and look at our profits, but they don't show you their losses. Stay in spot, accumulate good areas. There's in terms of the analysis that I'm going to bring you now and what I think is going to happen, there's a lot of good things to happen in this cycle, in my opinion. But then again, that's just what I think of my analysis. If these drops are too much for you, then it's best that you don't remain in crypto, because this is going to happen over and over again. But that being said, let's just look at what has happened in this last few weeks. So what we can say is we had this wave 3 top, right, coming in. Some people claim the wave 3 is there, some say it's there. Let's just, for instance, for this one, say the wave 3 topped here, at this range. So what we can say is now we've had this first wave down. So this is like a 3-wave move down, and this, what I would say, is the A wave coming down. Now there's a couple of scenarios here. And I can't tell you exactly which one is going to happen. It's just it's just the way it is. No one can tell you exactly what's going to happen. So the bigger picture is we've got the A, we've got a B, and this is one type of scenario. So you have the standard A, B, C correction, which can go to the 382, which is around 87,000, right? That's the standard sort of correction. But there's many types of corrections that can happen in a wave 4. But that would be the standard correction. Now, the B wave, what I've seen, has gone to this, the 618 area. So, and then it's turned quite sharply. So I would say, that could be a local top coming for January. And we could start seeing some, like we're seeing sort of correction. There's two possibilities I'm looking at mainly. And that would be, this normal regular flat correction, the ABC, coming down into, the 382 area, breaking the A wave low. And obviously, alts will kind of suffer in that scenario. And only after the C wave is complete, that's when alts will start firing and firing hard. So, don't worry about timing the exact low or the exact high. You want to be getting your positions for alts, in my opinion, at this stage, because what's to come, you will probably think to yourself, oh, I should have done more. Whenever there's a pump, markets go crazy and people are extremely excited. But when it's dumping, that's when you should actually be a bit excited if you haven't already got positions. I don't know, time and patience. And I tweeted out the other day that honestly, bull markets, they only make money in about 3, for alts anyway, for big gains happen within, it's about 3, 4, 5 months period. But you have to wait like 2-3 years to get there. And that's the kind of situation we're coming into now. So there's two scenarios. So this is the first one, ABC. The other one I'm looking at, okay, so what we can have from here now. So if we start moving back up, to around 106,000, that's something that I'm looking at, 104 to 106,000. So, something, let me just get this. So something like, so we've got this, we've got the, the A coming down like this. If we get another move up to, let's just say around this level, around, 104 to 106, then we get another move down, and then finally we get that move up, and that would be like a triangle. So that's another scenario I'm looking at if we get a move up from here. So if we start moving back up, then we can start forming what we can say is a kind of a triangle pattern. So if that around there, now a triangle would be good for alts, because you wouldn't, some alts may get see lower lows, some alts may not see lower lows. But these are the two scenarios. It's either going to be a triangle. Let's get that triangle pattern in. So we got the, let's just say the A, B, C, D, E before you move up, or you're going to have, in my opinion, you're just going to have a straight, A, B, and then you're gonna have that final C. And I did say in the group that this whole correction is gonna last roughly around 30 days. And what we are right now, if we look at this correction, so the date range is from the top there. So how long have we been in this correction? It's been about 22 days. So I still envisage this correction going on to around the 16th, 17th of January, towards the end of Jan. Before, because I think this is going to be a left translated month, and as I mentioned before, so we've had a series of right translated months from all the way back to, I think it was September up till December. Even December topped on the 17th, which is technically a right translated month. So possibly we could see a sideways month until the end of January. So this, if it's a 30 to a 33 day correction, it will take us into the second half of January before I think we'll start actually breaking these all-time highs again in later on in the year. So for me at the moment, it's just a correction, and we just have to stay patient at this time, whether we're going to get that move down to the 382 in a regular flat, in a regular flat coming all the way down. So we've had the B wave now, and we're coming down for the C, down to 87,000, 88,000. That could be a possibility, because that was the previous wave 4, correction. So normally what happens is the corrections normally go into the wave 4 of the previous wave. So the previous wave here, wave 4, was around that 80, you could call it from 87 all the way to like 91, and this is the level. You can see we've bounced a bit in this level. So now the only thing we can say quite confidently is that we are in the last, I think we're in the last leg of this correction. Now whether we get a move up and then it carries on for a while, so we're in a triangle, or we're in just what I would say is the classic A, B, C. And you might think, oh, I'm also going to go down more, and this is going to happen. At the end of the day, this is what you have to endure in crypto, and this is the only after the C wave is actually complete properly, okay, or coming close to it. Every alt will have its own correction in this leg down as well. Some may not make new lows, some will make new lows, and I explained that in one of my member videos in maybe it was in December. But what I wouldn't worry about, there's over 3,000 alts, and to do analysis on over 3,000 alts of exactly what correction's happening. Is it a triangle? Is it a zigzag? Is it expanded flat? Is it a running flat? It's not worth it. So for the general people, I would say look at Bitcoin, okay? And Bitcoin is in its, I would say, this has been like about 20 days now. So after I would say another week or 2 weeks remaining, and then I think we should start seeing moves up. So my point is that there's no point getting emotional or despair, but don't buy in huge green candles. If you bought that on in this candle that just went up from 98,000 to 102,000, that you're doing it wrong there. If you start to scale back in now, you're scaling in and it goes a bit low, and you're scaling in, and then you wait for the move up. And that's what I think is gonna happen. I think we're gonna be in a correction it's probably gonna take another 2 weeks, and then I think we're gonna see some good gains for alts and for Bitcoin. We'll see that last push up for Bitcoin, in my opinion, or a significant push up anyway. So that's my just a small little update on crypto. I don't want people to start panicking and crypto's over. A lot of people are saying crypto's over, it's done, but in my opinion, it's not really done at the moment. There's a lot of all of this. I remember all around here, this correction here from March down, all the way to August. Everybody was saying crypto's over, and all of a sudden, we went bang straight to 100 and 108,000 correction. The only thing they did was mirror this correction. What you have to understand, this correction's back in 2023 was from March, and you could say it ended all the way in September. So that's 4 or 5 months there. Same thing here. It was in March, and when did it end? The low was in August. So another 4 months, 5 months. It was just mirroring corrections, and just like this one, this correction here is mirroring this one here, and that's how I see it. So this was around 30 days, this whole correction, and this one as well, in my opinion, will be about 30 days. And to be honest with you, in day 2021 anyway. So it's not too far now, in my opinion. So yeah, day 22. So it's not too far to go until we start, in my opinion, breaking all-time highs. Only question that I would have is, what type of correction is it? Is it going to be a regular flat? Is it going to be a triangle? Is it going to be, some people claim this is the start wave 1, wave 2. So this was ABC, and that's wave 1, that's wave 2. I don't kind of see it like that, in my opinion. I just think this was the A. This is coming into what, if this is a 3-wave A, I would actually prefer a triangle here. So a 3-wave move down for A, back up for a a B, then back to a C, a D, and an E. But regardless, it could be either. It could be a standard flat, or it could be anything else. So that's the thing with corrections. You just don't know which one's going to happen. You can have an idea of what's going to happen, but at the moment, we just have to look at the levels. And that's my update for today. So just stay patient, and I think times will happen. Come in especially the next couple of months.
Thanks, Oz. Now, viewers, if you're not already aware, we have our premium content where you can get more detailed videos. We have a premium video Market Alpha newsletter now, which is a video version, and it's going to be published 3 times a week instead of the daily crypto market daily alpha, which was only a textual form. So for all our Alpha Insider and data analytics members of the marketsunplugged.com, you're in for a treat. And in today's video Market Alpha newsletter, Oz will be going through charts of the altcoin market specifically and going into the others charts, plus lots of questions our Alpha Insider and Data Vision members have asked on our private Market Unplugged Telegram channel. You can find a link below, and you can access this exclusive deeper technical analysis of Bitcoin waves, the tops, the fib time analysis, plus on-chain metrics, Bitcoin and altcoin insights, institutional investment analysis, macro charts, on-chain wave activity, and market sentimental analysis, plus lots more as well. And if you're not a member yet, join us at the marketsunplugged.com. You'll find a link below. And please, if you benefited from this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, keep the bell notifications on. And that's it for today. And thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.